Today's video tutorial, we would study how to prepare this geometry in AutoCAD. So as usual, we'll first spend some time in analyzing the drawing and trying to see what is the best way of doing this drafting. So after analyzing this geometry, I feel that the best starting point would be drawing this outer ellipse. So we'll begin by drawing this outer ellipse, which is of 162 by 82 units. Now once we have drawn that outer ellipse, then we'll offset it to the inner side at a distance of 9 units. Once we have offsetted inside, then we'll draw one line which extends from the midpoint of this ellipse to the outer side at a distance of 76 divided by 2. And then using the endpoint of that line as the midpoint, I'll draw a circle of radius 7 and copy that circle 8 units center to center distance. Then I'll draw two quadrantial lines like this. Afterwards, I'll select that entire structure and I'll use the join command of AutoCAD and join it into one entity. Then I'll offset it to the outer side at a distance of 13 minus 7, that is 6 units. Once I have done that, then I will fillet the outer body of the outer circle with this ellipse and the radius would be 4. Then I'll copy this entire structure and mirror it to the right side. Then I'll do the center marks. Then I'll do the dimensioning and our geometry is complete. So let me show you how we'll proceed with the drawing. So I'll pan this image a bit to the left. So I'll first type the ellipse command of AutoCAD and I will hit enter. Now AutoCAD is asking me, please specify whether you want an arc or center. So I will select center. Now it's asking me the center point of the ellipse. I'll use this as a tracking point and track it somewhere over here. Then it is asking me the end point of the axis. So the end point of the axis, we'll give it as, you can see over here, 162. So we'll say 162 divided by 2. So I'll say 162 divided by 2. And then the other end point it is asking us, so that would be 82 divided by 2. And our outer ellipse is now ready. Now let us see what happens when we offset this to the inner side at a distance of 9 units. So if I say offset and I give the distance as 9 units and then I select this object and offset it to the inner side, then press escape. Now when you click on the object, you will see that it is no longer an ellipse, but it treats it like a spline. You can right click on it and select properties, and you can see in the properties panel that it is treating it as a spline and not a ellipse. So I'll just delete this structure and we'll use another technique. Now in the second technique, what we'll do, we'll select circle and we'll select center radius, and then we'll use the quadrantial point of this ellipse and give the radius as 9 units and hit enter, and draw another circle with the center radius command. Use this point and give the radius as 9 units and hit enter. Now we type the ellipse command of AutoCAD and it asks us whether you want an arc or a center. So I select center and then I give this as a center point. Then it asks me the length of one axis, so I click here, and the other axis and I click here. So now I get a proper ellipse. So if I click on this and if I right click and I select properties, you can see if I select the ellipse this way and then I right click on it and I select properties, you can see it's treating it as a proper ellipse. Now I'll delete the two referential circles. So I'll first press escape, come out of the command, select the first referential, delete, select the second referential and delete. Now I'll draw one line which extends from the geometric center of this ellipse to the left at a distance of 76 divided by 2. So we select line, click here and to the left 76 divided by 2 and I press enter to come out of the line command. Then I use the circle center radius command, click over here and give the radius as 7 and hit enter. Then I press CO for copy, click on the object to copy, specify the base point and the center to center distance is 8 units. Then I press escape. Now I use the line command, quadrantial to this, hit enter. Another line command, quadrantial to this and hit enter. Then I trim the unwanted parts of the circle like this, and I also no longer need this and this. Now I press escape. Then I select this entire entity and use the join command and make it into one entity. Now I want to offset it to a outer side at a distance of 13 minus 7, that is 6. So I will type offset and offset distance is 6 unit. Select the object to offset and side to offset. Now we'll press escape and then we'll explode the outer object. So we explode this and hit enter. And now we'll fill it with a radius of 4 units. And we'll select this object and this. So we'll say fillet and we'll give the radius as 4 units and then click on this and on this. Again fillet, click on this line and this line. So we get this geometry. Now we'll select this entire geometry and mirror it to the right. So I will type mirror command and I'll select this geometry, hit enter, first point of mirror line and second point of mirror line and hit enter. Now I'll use the trim command and trim the unwanted part of the circle like this. Also we don't need this, so we'll erase this part and this part as well. Now this referential line is also not needed, so I use the erase command and erase the referential line as well. Now our line work is complete, so I'll select the entire geometry and I'll increase the thickness by 0.30. Then I'll press escape. Then I'll use the center mark command and give one center mark to this, one center mark to this, another for this circle, another for this circle. Now in order to get those bigger center marks, what we'll do? We'll use a line command and we'll use this geometric center, pan to the outer side and draw one line like this. Hit enter. Again line command. We'll use this geometric center as a tracking point. Click over here and extend it outward. Hit enter. Then we'll use the four center marks 1, 2, 3 and 4 and change the color to red. Then we'll press escape. Then we'll type MA to match properties. Select the source object and click on the target object and target object. So these two lines also now look like center lines. I'll press escape to come out of it. Now we'll proceed with dimensioning. So first we'll use linear dimensioning and we'll click here and we'll click here and it is 9 units. Then we'll use radius dimensioning and click over here and it is 13. Again radius dimensioning, click over here and it is 7. Again radius dimensioning, click over here and it is 4. Then we'll select linear dimensioning, center of this and it is 8. Then linear dimensioning, center of this and it is 76. And again linear dimensioning from this point to this point 162, and again linear dimensioning from this point to this point it is 82, and finally radius dimensioning for this arc which is 4, and our geometry is now complete. So friends, in this tutorial we have seen how to make this geometry in AutoCAD. Hope you have learned something new. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and we'll see you again in the next video. Till that time, goodbye.